Hello and welcome to the Daily Forex Report for February 2nd. We're looking at the U.S. Actually, that's a U.S. Swiss. Let's take a look at the U.S. Japanese yen pair first. This pair created an inside bar. We actually had inside bars on all of our four major pairs. Inside bar has a higher high than the bar before it, as this one does, and a lower low or a higher low than the bar before it. We are looking for this pair to potentially go up and hit some resistance around 76.50, possibly moving down and hitting support around 76.00. Now the Euro USD pair, this pair created an inside bar as well, closed down, moving sideways. Look for it to potentially go as high as 132.72, possibly down to 130.32. Look for some resistance around 132.25. and look for some support around 130.25. Now the pound US dollar pair, this pair closed down during this last session, created an inside bar, still moving to the upside. Look for it to potentially go as high as 159.24, possibly down to 157.01. Look for some resistance around 159.00 and look for some support around 157.00. Now the U.S. Swiss, this pair created an inside bar, closed higher, moving sideways. Look for it to potentially go as high as 0.9266, possibly down to 0.9073. Look for some resistance around 0.9205, and look for some support around 0.9115. Now, as far as news announcements go, we have several news announcements. At 5 a.m. Eastern, we have the Eurozone releasing their retail sales for December. Consensus on that is that it's moved higher from a negative 2.5% up to negative 1.3%. We also have the Canadians releasing their net change in employment and unemployment for January. Their unemployment rate is showing a hold at 7.5%. As far as employment, showing an increase from 17.5K up to 24.5K. Now in the U.S. at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, we have the non-farm payroll for January being released. They're showing a decrease of 200K down to 150K, with unemployment rate holding at 8.5%. Now, of course, if the unemployment rate comes down even lower than that, it would be good news for the U.S. dollar. If it moves higher, of course, it would be negative news for the U.S. dollar. Now, as far as what I'm looking for during this next session, essentially I'm looking for breakouts. We have, the U.S. Japanese yen pair created an inside bar. The Euro USD created an inside bar, basically looking to tag the high and the low of these two. You can see here we have, if we get a break to the downside, we have another area a little bit lower that we can look for a potential right around the 129.70 mark to the downside, looking to sell at 130.22. We do have a 0.00 level there to look for the 13000 mark, so we could find some areas of support there, so be aware of that. That'd be a 53 pip move. Now, as far as to the upside, you have to back out a little bit further to get a good idea of what where we're looking for this if it breaks to the upside. You can see we had previous areas of support at this level, and then resistance, and now we've had resistance again. So for it to break to the upside, it's probably going to take a decent amount. However, if it does get up to that point, I will look for it to go right up to 133.91. So a pretty good move if it does break to the upside. That'd be about 175 pip move to the upside. I would risk probably 100 pips on this one if we get a good break. Well, I hope that helps, and until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.